you have downloaded the code, and once you download the code, you will have a project like this where it says Flutter Cubic. So first we'll get all the dependencies, and yes, that's what we'll do. And right after this, what are you gonna do? We're gonna come to our project over here now, Android Studio. So I'm going to open our project. Let's see, and I don't need this anyway. So let's come over here, and if we see the project structure over here, inside this we have this data services. Now this is the one that a lot of you have tried in the tutorial, the one that you have followed, but now we want to install it locally. So how to do that? Now our app is ready over here actually, and now all we need to do, we need to work on this section. Now this should be coming from our backend. Now if you downloaded the code, actually the backend should be here as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this, and it would open up like this. Okay, now here at the same time you will see there's this database, so you need to use the database, right? And the first thing what I'm going to do, I'm going to open it on my Sublime text over here, and then I'll come to this env file and make sure that you have this one. Okay, and so it would be for local environment. I think you might not have this, but change to this one. That would be for local environment, and as well as your database name. And so this is the database name, and this should be the database username and database password. Now this is of course PHP environment, so there are a lot of tools that where you have different ways to install PHP and the related dependencies like database and things like that. I'm on Mac, so on Mac locally you need to set up a password and a username. So my password is this and username is this, so this is locally. If you're on the environment production, just change it to production. Anyway, so this is our database, the database that we have seen just now, so this one. But what are you going to do right now? We need to upload this database, and as we do that, we need to use well, since I'm on Mac, I'm going to use this one, MySQL Workbench over here. Okay, now I'm going to click on this and I'll cancel this. Now here I'll click on this schema. Now I do have one of this that I have done previously. Okay, now I'm going to create actually a new schema or new database table. So I'm going to click on this, and I'll just call it travel app. Okay, I'll click over here, apply, and I'll apply, and that's it. Okay, so right after this, we will see that our travel app database is here. Now we'll select this one. We'll come to server over here, and we'll click here, server data import, and I'll select this one. One more time, I'm gonna select this over here, over here, over here, over here. All right, now I'm going to select the schema. Here schema means the database table that we have created. So we need to select this one and make sure we have this. Now start import. Yes, it has finished this time and no error. Okay, now if we click on this, or if we go down inside over here, and if we click on this, we would see that we would be able to view some data, which means that the database table has been successfully loaded. So that's great. Now this time actually we changed the database name, travel app. So what I'm going to do, I'm come over here. So instead of this one, I'm going to change to travel app. Now these two are settings from local environment, right? So my Mac MySQL username and a password. Anyway, so I'm going to save this thing. Now right after this, over here, I'll come over here, and then I'll go to where they are saved. So I'll come over here and I'll do documents and Patreon code, this one, and then I'll do travel app over here. Let's unzip this, and inside this I have this mark, this one. Now here we do see that I have this Laravel folder. You should have the same. Now inside this, I'll run the command php artisan serve. Okay, now that should be served. Okay, now with this, if we open up the browser, now we type in it over here, we'll see that this is alive, and we can actually access the backend over here. You can just type in admin. Now I accessed it before, so let me do it from the scratch. So in general, you'll type in this one and it will take you to this. Now the username is admin and password is well, now if you bought the code, you should know the password actually. Anyway, so it should take you pages like here. So here we have users and places. Now this is the thing that we are actually going to show on our app. Now back to Flutter code section over here. Now all we need to do, change over here. So here is our base URL. So instead of this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do 127.0.0.1.800. Okay, like this. Now my simulator is selected, so I'm going to run it over here, and we'll see that hopefully our app should be loaded from the backend, a local backend server, our Flutter app. So let's wait for it. All right, so we do see that we have a bit of issues over here. So over here it says no named parameter title. So let's click on this, and we'll see how to fix this. Now with the latest Flutter version, it doesn't recognize the title. It recognizes, I guess, level, something called, they call it. Now with this, you just have to type in the text in a string format. So that's what we'll do. And so with the latest Flutter version, the title is gone, so you have to replace it using label. Okay, and then hopefully your error should be resolved. So let's go ahead and check it one more time. Now here it says that Xcode build is done. Now here, so we are ready right now. So let's click on this one, and we do see that we have this data coming. So this data actually coming from server like that. So that's what we have seen before. Yeah, so it means that it's working. Now how it's working, I can verify it one more time. Of course, you see the data has been printed. Now British Columbia, or like this one, ice fields, so we can change the name. Now we'll come to our backend, ice fields, and we'll add it over here, and here we'll say great ice fields, and we're gonna just resubmit it. And now if we open our app over here, okay, now I didn't do pull to auto refresh, so we need to do one thing. We need to restart the app. Now it's done. Now we click on this. Here we see great ice field. So our backend is up and running. Thank you.